I couldn't even bring in $1 million when I was running the wine club or the cave. I found out trade has money. Getting consumers to pay money on a regular basis, very hard. So my consumer portion of my business all went away, and I focused strictly on trade. I'm super wine girl. Wasn't always super, but I'm always a girl. I like wine. How many people here like wine? Yeah, right? It's a good thing to like. There's so much to know about it. It's this wonderful part of the world that transfers over every single industry. Agriculture, farming, innovation, technology. There's amazing things that happen in wine. And we're in a bit of a wine revolution renaissance right now, so I'm excited to be young-ish in it. I grew up in Niagara and always pictured myself in the MTV building, even though I didn't know a lot about music. And somehow I ended there in wine, and I do morning show television. I am an international wine journalist. I've taught, I started a wine school, and I'm gonna get into that a little bit more, but I sort of grew up in wine country, ended up in Toronto, small town girl, trying to make it in the big city. Lots of wine, no friends. So what did I do in 2006? I graduated from Brock in a business program, moved to Toronto to find a job, had lots of cases of Riesling. I started to throw small wine parties in my house. I was in a basement. They got bigger. I actually founded it originally with a friend of mine from university, and we got a ton of press. Back in 2006, I learned how to blog. I learned HTML coding, I learned how to write, and I learned how to pitch broadcast. And I got all of those opportunities. It was very cool. I look back now and go, wow, that is 13 years ago. It's crazy. Fine wine. And I also founded iYellow Wine School, which was founded 10 years ago when I saw a need for wine education that wasn't formalized. I think there's one thing about wine is it's intimidating, and there's a lot to know. So where can you go and just drink and learn? You only got to learn a couple things at every class, but you come to 6 of my wine classes and I can make you a pro. And the wine club started in 2006, and we grew to 50,000 members in Toronto alone. And at the end of 2018, just to fast forward 12 years, we did 150 wine events at the end of last year. So it was a really cool journey. It started off with Pax and I, and then wine school got so popular because there was nowhere else to learn. I opened a venue. In fact, I got my first office and I met the owner of the building, started chatting. He showed me the basement, and I was like, everybody wants to learn about wine in a basement. And they did. I had the wine cave for 5 years, started off just applying for SOPs through the AGCO, and we were running 2 to 3 classes a week in the first couple years. The AGCO pulls me into their office, their big LCBO office, and you can't be doing this, Angela. You can't teach people about wine. I was like, why not? You needed a full license. You can't have a temporary license if you're doing it in a regular location. Okay, no problem. Now what? I have to make a basement a fully licensed establishment. Okay, that seems totally legit. So, quit my part-time job, go to the Business Development Bank of Canada. I provide them with an entire business strategy and financials that I could pay back a loan to help build the wine cave. To help make the wine cave into the wine cave licensed. I ended up getting a $100,000 loan to open a venue. That's enough money, right? Yeah, nope. No. In fact, my entire process to license this establishment for my first time was over 2 years and over $130,000. It was double what I expected it to be. That's kind of shitty. It is. And the best part was BDC kept giving me money. Here, no problem. You're already in debt. Here, we'll give you some more money. Great, I need it, actually. I have a team of 6 where I have to give them full-time employment for wine school and wine events to satisfy cravings of 50,000 Torontonians who wanted to learn about wine. The other great thing is I had a ton of clients. I was working with international clients, wines of New Zealand, wines of South Africa, wines of California. Everybody was coming to me. Can we work with you? You're teaching people about wine. It's so great. I was very inspired, so I kept spending money. So I get engaged. Okay, great. Now this is happening, but I'm engaged. Maybe I should pull back on the business and do something else, like maybe have a family. Unfortunately, that didn't work out. And so I decided to take out more money. And we finally get the license for the cave. On the exact same day, I had been in talks with another company because I had hired a consultant during this time period to come in and analyze my business, completely not knowing anything about me, my passion for wine, the trends, nothing. I paid them $10,000, and they said to me, "Everything you're doing is wrong." All the money I just spent was not the right money. You're doing so much work with all these international clients. The only way for you to become a profitable business is for you to become a marketing agency. You will never make it in a licensed establishment in an environment like Toronto, as we all know. How much turnover do restaurants have in this city to be able to efficiently stay alive? So, okay, where do I go now? I just had a breakup, and I'm $200,000 in debt. Sounds like an awesome place to be, doesn't it? So I move into a new venue. I knew I had to get rid of the other space and move into something else. I got a new office because our lease was up, and I needed to find a place to live. So I found this incredible townhouse on King Street West where I could have a little bachelorette, an office for my 5 staff, and a venue underneath. We didn't need to be licensed because it was my house. Perfect, a little bit better. So what happens in all of this is you end up consistently going back to the bank, telling them all these amazing things, and they keep giving you a little bit of money, which is lovely. It works out. I could actually show you financial statements that could prove that I was making money. But what happens is when you're a self-funded business and you have $200,000 to pull from, you need more than $200,000 to pull from. You need $1 million line of credit to help something grow, not $200,000. And you can't be paying it back at a 5-year term. That's a lot of money every month to pay back a loan. It's crazy. So I make another business pivot. I decide, okay, I'm going to become a marketing agency. This is what they told me to do. No problem. I'm not a marketing agency. I don't know. None of my team is from an agency. They're all event planners. So I go out and look for a partnership. I pivot the business, and I find a business merger. I find somebody who's running an agency, a media group, a national media group, and I decide to merge with them. So I merged with this amazing company. It was just last summer, actually. And on the same day I got the license for the wine cave, I received an offer of acquisition. On the same day. It's kind of crazy. Then I go into this merger, I bring my team with me, and I have a loss of my number 2. She unfortunately has some mental health issues, and she ends up not coming into work one day and not coming back again. Now, I'm operating 2 businesses at this time. I'm running the wine cave, which I need to slowly wind down because my lease and the loans are coming up hot. And I'm opening up a marketing agency at the same time. The loss of my team member was very hard. There were two of us, somebody who had been with me for 7 years, and then unfortunately didn't show up to work one day. Just didn't show up to work one day. And then I also had the accounting and finance side of my team. Thank you. I had my entire accounting firm go bankrupt and black. So I'm the salesperson, I'm the business development person, I'm the client person, and my team, a very large portion of this job, was headed on to my number 2 and my accounting team. Now you can imagine, in September, right when you're supposed to be gearing up for year end and the busiest time of the season, 2 very strong people that you need leaving. Whew, I was not good. I'm opening a business with a national company. I'm closing a business. I'm trying to wind everything up, and things are just falling apart around me. It was really hard. That was me on most days, wasn't it, Ryan? Yeah, we talk about support. I have had an incredible, amazing, wonderful entrepreneur boyfriend who's helped me through. Now, when I talk about health, I talk about financial health, mental health, and physical health. All these things went down the drain at once. So, okay, well, let's pivot again. So what do? Totally close the cave. I ramp up my marketing agency within a national company. And within 1 year, I'd brought in $1 million worth of business from my marketing agency. I couldn't even bring in $1 million when I was running the wine club or the cave. I found out trade has money. Getting consumers to pay money on a regular basis, very hard. So my consumer portion of my business all went away, and I focused strictly on trade. So I merged last summer, which was August, and August to most of December was horrendous. And the last 18 months of my life have been incredibly challenging. In fact, I've had a loss of my own money of $260,000, a self-funded business of which I took out all loans against my personal financial health. But what's so exciting is this year, I closed that business. And it might not seem like something you're proud of to close a business. But for me, I started this business on passion, and I'm closing it because I'm burnt out. And what's so interesting is there's a lot of businesses that get started out of passion. But what people don't talk about is passion can burn out, and you have to keep that passion alive. So what I've decided for 2020 to keep my passion alive is to close my business, be a one-woman show, travel the world, drink 10,000 glasses of wine, and share a story about, one, how easy it is to get money from a bank for your idea. I can tell everybody how to do it. I can hook you up. But the bad news is you got to pay that money back at some point, and sometimes it's a lot of, they make it seem really great. Oh yeah, this is not a 25-year mortgage. This is a 5-year payback plan. Imagine having $10,000 a month just to pay back your loan. Whew, hard. And so, that's my story.
Have you ever failed in a project, career, or business? Whether you have or not, you can become a Fuck Up Nights organizer in your city, company, or university. Learn how at fuckupnights.com. Join the movement. Fuck up the system.